All right, so today I'm going to be starting this project of refinishing this old cedar chest. The cedar chest was actually my grandparents'. It's really beautiful on the inside, just beautiful cedar. But the outside is unfortunately just a veneer. It's pretty badly water stained. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to give this a little bit of a sanding and paint over it. I'm gonna get started now. So as I started sanding, I'm actually starting to see some really nice grain under this really destroyed and water damaged veneer. So I'm going to keep going and see if we can maybe uncover something that I don't want to just cover up with paint. So let's see. Wow, look at that color and pattern. I might have to keep this. This is just too cool. I can't believe that was all under that stained, water damaged veneer. This is incredible. All right, what the heck? Look what I found in the leg of this thing. What is this? Ah, I think it might be like a little push pin holder or something. Hello, little friend. And, this tells you how old it is. A curler. So everything's been sanded now. I did have to touch up a couple little places. Here's the biggest gap that I had, just some chip out that was there from water damage. So what I did was I just filled it with some wood glue, and then I just used some walnut stain. Actually matched this fairly well. You can definitely notice it up close, but in the big picture, it definitely looks better. There were a couple other much smaller divots like that I touched up, like there's one right there. But overall, I think it looks good enough that I can preserve this top. So what I'm going to do is tape this up, and then I'm going to just apply this mid-wax poly to the top. And then once I get about 3 coats of that on, then I'll work on painting the bottom of it. All right, so the good news is that this color is amazing. But the bad news is that what looked like it matched the original stain does not match this at all. So I'm gonna have to fill that in with something else. But I'm really happy with this color. I might have gone a little bit overboard on the poly, but we'll see how that dries. All right, so this top piece is done. This I just finished with the poly. I ended up having to do 4 coats of poly instead of the 3 that I thought I would have to do. It turns out that you have to give a really, really, really good sanding in between each coat with about, just a really light sandpaper, like 400 grit is what I use. So sand really good in between all your coats, and then just use a very light coat of the poly. I'm really happy with how this ended up turning out, but today I get to start on the painting. So I'm going to be using, I've never used chalk paint before, but I'm going to be using this Rust-Oleum chalked paint in chiffon cream.
Hey, buddy. Are you gonna help your mom paint?
This is my assistant, Rocket.
This is the key to success. You have to have an adorable cat who will basically just cuddle up against you while you're painting. He'll also be there to spot any if you miss a spot.
Alright, so I had to move my project inside because we needed some more room in the garage for the dining table we're working on actually, which is taking up a lot of space. So I moved my project inside. It's basically finished for the most part, but I'm going to add a monogram decal on it, which I ordered from Etsy. So I'm going to put that right here and paint it black. So that's what we're going to get started on today. I have my little assistant Rocky here to help me. He can't resist a new little blanket to cuddle on, so hopefully his cat hair doesn't get in our way.
And we're using this black enamel paint from Sherwin-Williams.
Oh, yes. Okay, so the black enamel paint is actually sticking to the blue template. I'm actually able to get the blue template off the chalk paint just fine. That's not sticking, but this is getting really messy. The paint is kind of like stretching and sticking to both the blue template and the cedar chest. So I'm gonna try heating it up a little bit with my hair dryer and just see if that helps it bind more clearly to each section. So we'll see. Yay! So it turned out pretty good, honestly. You can't really tell. There's a couple spots here you can see along the edge where it was sticking at first before I started using the hairdryer. And on this side too, just a tiny bit. But overall, it really looks great and gives the cedar chest that aged and personal feel. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, although I would definitely recommend the hairdryer tip because that was a total game changer. That made it work really awesome, so really happy with my finished product.